What's going on, guys? It's New York Prepper here. Wanted to just do another survival video. I just got done testing the SOL Tinder Quick tabs and the UCO Sweet Fire Starter cubes, and I just got me thinking that I wanted to just share my thoughts about fire starters and Firesteels specifically. Wanted to just do a video on Firesteels, and well, I believe that you should get a bigger Firesteel. Okay, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they carry these tiny Firesteels like this one here. This is a Exotech fire rod. Okay, it's I believe it's about a 1/4 inch diameter, and it's 2 3/4 inches long, so it's quite small. But you know, it's got a little capsule in here, so I can put some kind of a tinder in here. Right now I just have one of these Tinder Quick tabs in here. One of these Tinder Quick tabs are compacted in there. It's a nice little waterproof capsule, but I would never trust my life to something like this, one of these smaller steels. Okay, why is that? They don't throw enough spark, in my opinion. All right, and there's a lot of them out there for sale, and a lot of people buy them because they feel that it's more compact and, you know, it's easier to carry. And, you know, I understand that if you have nothing else, then it's better than nothing to have one of these. You can still get a fire going. Don't get me wrong. I've started many fires with this, and I'll test it right now in front of you guys to show you that you can start a fire, obviously, with one of these. And I have this on my backup blade. This is my EDC survival blade. I've shown you guys this before. Sorry. This is a Benchmade Hidden Canyon. It's a very small knife. Okay, it's 2 3/4 inches long. All right, the blade is 2 3/4 inches, so it's very small. It's a good EDC blade for urban areas because it's legal everywhere, pretty much, even New York City. But I have this little fire rod that goes with it, right? So my whole theory behind this is if something happens to me, you know, if I'm in like an urban area, you know, I'm not going to carry my full-size blade on me. This I can easily conceal and throw in my backpack or even my work bag if I work somewhere in a city, for example, and it doesn't raise a lot of eyebrows, right? But the problem is, you know, you're not going to get a good spark out of one of these little Firesteels compared to, you know, one of these. You know, this is a 6-inch long and 1/2 inch thick ferro rod. All right, this, I mean, just look at the difference here. I can start a million fires with this one rod here. Okay, you can buy these online. They're about $12 each. It's got some weight to it. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot heavier, you know. It's fairly heavy, but honestly, in a real survival situation, I'd rather carry a little bit more weight and have a surefire way to start a fire than to save a few ounces and struggle, you know. And I'll show you guys in a sec what I mean by that. And here I just have some paracord. It comes with a little loop, a little hole, and I just have some paracord that I loop through there, and I attach to one of these strikers. These strikers are readily available on eBay. You can buy a pack of like 5 for just like $5 or $10. It's a steel striker. It has a map measurement on there for a 1 to 50,000 map. Actually, no, 1 to 100,000 map. But you can convert it, obviously, if you have a 1 to 50,000. You know, you just double everything. So 1 centimeter is 1 kilometer on a 1 to 100,000 map. You know, so you just have to double it if you're using a 1 to 50,000. But it also has a centimeter measurement on the back too, and it's got this little bottle opener here and a small, you know, wrench. Looks like a little silcock wrench. So you could scrape it this way with this striker. I can use this scraper. I can scrape it down like this. Or I can use this little edge here with these teeth on it, and I can scrape it this way. All right, so wanted to just show you a comparison of the two, the small versus the big. Okay, I want to show you how much better the bigger one is. And again, the small one is not bad, but I wouldn't say that it's something I would rely on, you know, in an emergency. I'd rather have this guy right here, because with this one I can really start some you know, difficult to start tinder. You know, if the tinder's a little bit wet or something, you know, this will easily work, and I get a lot more sparks out of this. You know, I could start a million fires with this thing, so I'd rather just carry a little extra weight. And you know, so the first comparison I want to do is I want to just strike both of them so you guys can see the difference in the sparks here, okay? Not bad, not bad. It's pretty good. But now look at this one. Very little effort, guys. Look at that spark compared to this one. This one's good too, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it's a big comparison night and day, you know. So if you have a difficult tinder to start, the bigger one is always better. So let's just start this little Tinder Quick tab here with these, and you know, I'll show you guys. So it caught pretty easily here, you know, but wanted to just show you the difference. All right, so you know, bigger is better in a survival situation. If you know, I would never trust my life to something small. This is not bad, but you know, it's not my ideal choice. It's a little bit harder to strike this with the back of a knife because it's small. So if I was to use the back of my knife, it's a lot harder. You know, if I didn't have this little striker piece here, it would be much harder for me to get that good spark. So you can see the spark is much. It's not as big when I use my knife. It's not as big, but when I use the knife on the big one, it's a lot bigger. You see the difference? It's just more material to work with. So I recommend a bigger fire rod for your primary survival Firesteel, and one of these striker plates are really good to have. And again, there's nothing wrong with the small one if you're just going on a day hike or something like that, or you want to have one in your EDC kit. It's not a bad idea. It's a very good idea. That's the reason why I have it. But I would never trust my life to this in a primary situation, especially for SHTF, or if I'm going into the wilderness for a long period of time. I definitely want to have a nice big Firesteel. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't mind my shoes here. They're not very tactical, I know that, but so take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.